Hey guys, Old Bess here. So I'm just bringing you guys another World of Warcraft Gold farming guide, and I've been making so much gold from this. To be honest, I think this is one of the best ways that you can make gold right now. It takes a little practice, but over time it becomes really easy, and you can make a ton of gold. Okay, so we'll be farming Nok-Karosh, and he has a 100% drop rate chance of dropping the Garn Nighthowl Mount. And this mount can sell between, it just really depends on the server. Typically it's about 3,000 to 14,000 gold for this mount. So it sells really well, lots of money. Typically you need a full raid group to kill this guy because he hits, like for example on my hunter, he hits me for close to 1,000,000 damage. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys how to two-man this. So there have been some videos created of how to farm him, but unfortunately a lot of these methods no longer work, and I haven't seen any videos as of 6.2 of how to do this. Plus, oftentimes people don't really explain this, so I'm going to just give you guys step-by-step instructions of how you personally do this. And what's awesome is the hunter that I was doing it with, we were not geared at all. He's at 643 and I was at 650. So you don't have to be geared to do this. It will go a little bit slower, but it's still pretty quick. So anyways guys, I'm going to show you how to do this. Also, just a side note, we've been getting him down 6 times an hour, sometimes closer to 7 times an hour. So for me that's at least 3 mounts an hour. And on my server they sell for 10,000 gold, so that is 30,000 gold an hour, guys. I've been making so much money from this. So I just wanted to share this method with you guys. Really anybody can do it. It just takes some practice. You just need to find a guildie or friend who can join you. Alright guys, let's go through this and I'll show you how to do it. Alrighty guys, let's go through how we do this. Alright, so we marked here, these are the locations where you want to interrupt. So we're going to have someone up on that top pillar there, and then also someone at the base. And then, so what we're going to be doing is just using distracting shot on the boss. And so what that does is it makes the boss target you and switch targets. And so that's what you do, is you just pretty much alternate, you go back and forth. So he'll be aggroed to me, and then he'll be aggroed to Bouncy Bear, and then he'll be aggroed to me, just back and forth. That's all you do, you're just bouncing them back and forth. So here, there are 3 wolves that you need to get rid of. The first one right here, what you do is you put a trap right in front of him, let him run to the trap, and then just use Tame Beast. And then once you get him, right click on him, and click abandon and hit yes. And then what you do is the next 2 you can just put the traps right on top of them. And then what you do is you start to tame Beast. He actually messed up there because he had his fell the Fellmouth Frenzy buff on, which did the Fell Bolt, so he messed up. But so what you're going to be doing is you'll just put the trap directly on him, and then you'll do Tame Beast. So I'm going to do it here. So throw the trap on there. Tame Beast, it'll aggro them, and then you feign death, and then they'll run back and hurry and start taming Beast again, and then you'll be able to get that pet. And then once you get that one down, you can just do the same thing where you just right click on them, click abandon, and then you just have that final one right there. So Bouncy Bear is going to do that one. So anyways, yeah, this takes some practice. Initially we were probably getting maybe 3 or 4 mounts an hour, maybe the first hour, but as you get more comfortable with the person you're doing it with, you just start going really fast. You make fewer mistakes and it gets really easy. So also I would highly recommend getting on some sort of voice chat for this. We were using Skype, and it just helps a lot because you can let them know when you use your distracting shot, so they know that you're safe. So that when we started to do that more, we had fewer and fewer mistakes. So anyways, what I did, I just ate my Fellmouth Frenzy. It just fires a bunch of Fell Bolts, so just extra damage. If you have bodyguards, you can bring them. I'd probably not bring them just because later I'll explain why, but it can mess it up if you bring a bodyguard. So just buff up. We don't have too many buffs, just mainly the food buff. And then put your Aspect of the Cheetah on like I did right there. That's going to give you increased movement speed. It also helps marking your targets, and then once your partner is ready, then you can go ahead and pull. And so what I'll do is I'll pull him, and then I'll hit my disengage. That's going to give you extra movement speed bonus. And then just start running. Make sure that you tag him along the way, otherwise he'll reset and he'll run back. So I'm tagging him again right here. Then Bouncy Bear is going to use his distracting shot right there. It'll go to him, and then I use my distracting shot, and then just get in position. So you want to be standing about right here. The other person is just up there. You can see Bouncy Bear up there. And so what we're doing, it's really easy once you get it down. So you can see he's just bouncing back and forth. So right there, I'll use distracting shot. He'll turn around, he'll come back down at that green area. Bouncy Bear will use distracting shot. He'll run back up. I'll use distracting shot. He'll run back down. Bouncy Bear will use distracting shot. So you guys get the idea. It's just back and forth. And then just try to burst them down as you can. If for some reason you don't have them, just let them know if you're on a voice chat, like, oh, I don't have my distracting shot's not up, because it has about an 8 second cooldown on it. So what happens is right here you can see he's sprinting. He has that buff on him, and so he's just going to run a lot faster. And they added that sprint, I think, because people are farming this kind of similar methods just to try to help so people could solo this. But so he actually does run quite fast, so you have to be careful. And that's times when you need to let your teammate know, okay, you know, I don't have my distracting shot up, and so they can use feign death or deterrence, and that way you can survive. So yeah, he's sprinting again. So it's pretty, happens pretty constantly. But you can see, like, he's going down relatively fast. You know, we are not very well geared. If you're in like full like 700 item level gear for both of you, you guys are going to be getting this down so fast. But typically it's been taking us about 5 to 6 minutes to get them down once we pull. But altogether, you're looking, for us, it's like 8 to 10 minutes for the whole thing, for setting up the mobs and everything. So anyways, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, and I'll just show you the next part. Also guys, I wanted to add that Nok has about 15 to 25 minute respawn time. So what I would do is I would be the group leader, and I would invite Bouncy Bear to my group. We'd kill him on my server, and then we'd disband the group, and then Bouncy Bear would invite me to his group because he's on a different server, and then we kill him on his server. Typically he's close to being up again. Oftentimes we'll pick another like trader group or something like that and just join a random auto invite group and then kill him on that server, and then we'll just rotate again. So I just wanted to add that in. Alrighty, so this is when it starts getting interesting. You can see he's doing this Call of the Wild right here, and what that does is he'll just randomly pick a target. So he'll just change targets randomly and just run over to that person, and it can be, so you can see right there, just use deterrence. So yeah, you have to be careful. And also when he's doing that Call of the Wild, it can be really buggy, because it'll say like, right now, you know, he'll have one person selected, but then just midway he just randomly changes targets, like there. So you have to be kind of careful. Just be aware. You might have to use feign death or deterrence. Yeah, this is why having a bodyguard might be bad, because on the Call of the Wild he might target the bodyguard, and sometimes when he targets other players other than you, he can reset. So just be careful if you bring a bodyguard. So I know guys, initially this looks very intimidating. When I first started doing this, I was scared to death. But over time, if you find a friend, or you know, if you have somebody that would be interested in doing this with you, it really gets really simple over time. It just takes some practice, and you'll just feel more comfortable doing it. It really is just basic. You're just using distracting shot, and then you just do some damage, and that's basically it. And then you just need to, you know, be aware of who he's targeting. So again, the Call of the Wild, he'll start doing that a little under 50% health. Also, I just wanted to add, you don't have to have your hunter as your main. Like, obviously my main is my paladin, Old Bess. So just doing this on an alt will work. If you want to make a level 100 hunter, you can do this. And like I said, gear isn't really an issue. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to help you get them down faster. But the main idea is just having a hunter. Also, what we would recommend is using marksman, and the reason for that is if you look at the top right, you can see I have a buff. It's like a sniping buff, and what that does is it increases my damage, and it also increases my attack range, which is huge on this since you're attacking them from pretty far distance. So I'd recommend doing marksman is probably the best. So anyways guys, we got him down right here, so it didn't take us too long. The mount this time is Bouncy Bear, so I'm going to pass and let him have it. So we just go back and forth, so the next mount will be mine. So anyways guys, I've gotten close to about 20 mounts doing this, so that's a lot of money. I also wanted to give you guys a gold per hour range, so you're looking at 9,000 to 30,000 gold per hour. So it depends on how much the mount sells for. Initially, like I said, you're probably going to be getting a lot fewer mounts initially, but once you get more comfortable with this, you'll be getting probably close to 6 mounts an hour. If you're better geared than us, you could be getting even more than that. So anyways guys, try it out. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun farming it. It's not, you know, boring. It's fun. It keeps you on your toes. And also, I just wanted to announce the winners. I'm going to be putting the winners up right here on the screen for my competition that I just barely had for the free mounts I'm going to be giving away. So anyways, I'll be sending you guys a message. Congratulations. I will continue to do giveaways in the future as well, so stay tuned for that. Anyways guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.